It's hard to get used to the idea of a cavalry without horses, but that's what they are today. The Cavalry Corps is equipped with varying sizes of tanks and armored cars. It's in the Glen of Imaal that the cavalry units go for their firing practice and tactical training. But don't worry about the sheep. The sheep in the Glen of Imaal are battle-trained by now. These fast Comet tanks can travel at better than 30 miles an hour on rough ground like this. For this operation, the Comets approach the firing range from both flanks and get plenty of opportunity to show their mettle. One of the protective features of a tank column is smoke screening. Normally they use this black cloud to get one another out of a tight corner, but it can also be used to cover up infantry movements. When the tactical exercises are over, the armored squadrons begin to converge on the firing range. But in between, there are many obstacles to overcome. Comets are adept at crossing small streams, descending and climbing steep banks, and they are readily maneuverable despite their 37 tons. The Comets use a 77mm tank gun, firing a round which is about 3.5 inches in diameter. A good gunner can fire 8 or 9 rounds a minute with this weapon, and its accuracy is such that it can group its rounds within a circle a foot wide. These tanks are firing at tar barrels over half a mile away. The purpose of the muzzle brake, the apertures at the muzzle of the gun, is to reduce the shock of recoil of this weapon. This is invaluable in any vehicle of this sort because of the size of the turret. The recoil actually does not exceed 1 foot. When the tanks have had their say, the armored cars get their turn. This time the weapons don't have the same bark, but they do have an equal bite. These cars are Swedish Landverks. A slightly bigger tank than the Comet is the Churchill, an older and slower tank, but the armament on it is very good for training cavalrymen in gunnery. The Glen of Imaal exercises follow a long period of preparation by the officers, NCOs and men of the Corps, but always it's necessary for fitters, electricians and a host of other backroom boys to keep the vehicles in tip-top condition to meet the stresses and the strains of gunfire and rough going.